Hello, fans, and welcome again to High and Tight. I'm John Nolan, the PBR Virginia DC Content Manager and the Northern Virginia Scouting Director. With me, as always, today, Jason Burton, the PBR Virginia DC Scouting Director, coming to you from outside the Richmond area. Today, we are going to break down the incoming 2023 class to the University of Virginia. As a disclaimer, we are discussing players from the class who we have listed on the Prep Baseball Report website as committed to UVA. Many of these players signed during the early signing period in November, but some of them might not have signed yet, and obviously this class can change. So let me go ahead real quickly and just run down the list of the players that are headed to Charlottesville to join Wahoo, and then we will break down a couple of the Virginia players as we go. So a right-handed pitcher from Bishop Eustace High School in New Jersey, Matt Augustin. A right-handed pitcher from Patriot, Nathan Bassett. A shortstop from Don Bosco Prep in New Jersey, Eric Becker. A left-handed pitcher from the Benjamin School in Florida, Freddie Noel Buravitas. A outfielder from the Benjamin School in Florida, Walker Buchanan. An outfielder from Westfield High School, Johnny Farmello. A shortstop from the Baylor School in Tennessee, Henry Ford. A catcher from St. Joseph's Metuchen in New Jersey, Mark Gialusi. A shortstop from the Benjamin School in Florida, Tristan Head. A left-handed pitcher from Bowles High School in Florida, Patrick Menk. A right-handed pitcher from Gonzaga College High School in DC, Bryson Moore. A right-handed pitcher from Malvern Prep High School in Pennsylvania, Charlie O'Shell. A first baseman from Georgetown Prep High School in Maryland, Antonio Parada. And a left-handed pitcher from Georgetown Prep High School in Maryland, Tommy Roldan. Aside from recruiting half of the Benjamin School's roster, Bert, any of these other guys jump out for you?
No, I think I mean for sure, definitely some Virginia and even a few Maryland guys. Um, obviously that we've gotten a chance to see over time. Um, obviously the one for me and for I think for both of us that jumps out pretty easily is Farmello. Plus runner, hit tool, flashes some power, premium defender, can stay in center field. I think there's no question that Farmello would have an opportunity, I would think, to contribute, fairly quickly at Virginia. I think the biggest question for everybody now is does he make it to Charlottesville? But if he does, that's a big get for the Wahoos.
No, absolutely. That was going to be the question I was going to ask if you left it hanging out there. There is a lot of smoke around Johnny Farmello's draft status right now. There's going to be a ton of scouts out to see him. I know you've already got two dates on your high school calendar, the two times that Westfield plays James Madison to go see Farmello against Eldridge. Player that jumps to me, I'm going to go with a late bloomer here, and that is Nathan Bassett from right in my backyard here at Patriot. Bassett is an interesting story. Kid honestly didn't really play high school baseball until last year. Was his first year in the Patriot program. He has really popped here in the last couple of months. It was October. He was at an event at Lake Point and was 90-92. I think he tickled a 93 and showed a high spin breaking ball. And Shooter Hunt is texting both Bert and I, being like, "Who the hell is this kid, and where did he come from?" And that's exactly what his story has been. So a late bloomer, a late get for UVA to commit Bassett a couple of weeks after that, showing he's a big arm. There's a lot of ceiling left into him. There's a lot of room for polish to grow. He'll be an interesting piece to see what he does at Patriot this year as a senior. And so again, that's Nathan Bassett. Bert, Bryson Moore. Do you want to talk about Parada, Roldan? I'm pretty sure they were both future games guys at one point, right?
Parada was. Rodan was not, but Moore got a chance to see him this past year when Gonzaga played McLean in that
I
in that
appreciate
early
you saying
season.
it correctly for a change.
Yes. No, I said it last time correctly.
All right, we're two
Um,
in a row now. Two in a row.
yeah, yeah. So all I gotta think is Die Hard, just John McClane. Um, so Bryson Moore, athletic right-handed arm. It's pretty explosive. The breaking ball is an absolute banger. I only got a chance to see him once last year. Um, and again, that was really early. I think it was like the opening game or something like that. It was pretty early. It was Stieg versus Moore. He didn't land it a ton for strikes that day, but it is a high spin, up and down breaking ball. Um, and I really like the arm. It comes out pretty easy. So I think he's a good one. I love Parada from Georgetown Prep. I know everyone's like, oh, you comp people, this, that, and the other. I comp him to Anthony Rizzo. It's just like the body and his defensive ability and stuff like that. Left-handed bat. Um, just he just looks very similar to Rizzo. Um, but I love him. He was a future games guy, and then Roldan had an opportunity to see him this past summer at the Pro Case at UR. Physical, and it just comes off different. So those are kind of our Mid Atlantic guys for UVA.
Yeah, and that game that you saw Bryson against McLean was definitely their opener, and Gonzaga McLean are going to open again this year. McLean's season, I think Gonzaga will be a game or two in at that point in time. I'll be out at that game this year. So that's going to do it. Again, this is the committed class of incoming recruits to the University of Virginia, and we will see you later as we continue breaking down these incoming classes.